Has Minions become the new Shrek? It looks as if the Despicable Me franchise, otherwise known as Minions, has dethroned the Shrek films as the most popular animated film franchise. Well, I can understand why, because Minions has more of a presence now than Shrek has. It's been a while since Shrek has released any films, although a fifth installment, I understand, is on its way. But Minions has just been non-stop since its introduction, I think back in 2010. Hey everyone, I'm W.F.S, your doctor, and I want to talk to you today about whether you think Minions has become the new Shrek or not. I know DreamWorks and Illumination love the Minions, and with the Shrek franchise reintroducing Puss in Boots with the new film, The Last Wish, which by the way is an excellent film and I recommend it, even if you don't have kids, it's still a great movie to watch and I hope you enjoy it. But for this article here, it definitely is an interesting one. Whether or not Minions has become the new Shrek of the franchise is a good question, and it's one that I want to take a look at here. Okay, so before we get into the article, if you like the video, click that like button, and also if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And for those of you who have subscribed, I thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated. And I hope all of you have had a great Christmas holiday, and hopefully some way, somehow, you avoided a lot of the nightmare that that winter storm has brought to 60% of our country. But now let's get into this video. With the announcement of the next Despicable Me movie set to be released in 2024, is it finally time to admit that the franchise has overtaken the Shrek series? In many ways, the Despicable Me franchise, also known as Minions, mirrors the story and success of Shrek. Both originally animated comedies follow main characters who are convinced they are villains because of what they have been told or what they have come to expect. However, both of their stories lead these protagonists to become unlikely heroes due to the introduction of friends and family who expect more from them and compel them to do what is ultimately right. There are currently 5 Shrek films, not to mention 3 Puss in Boots spin-off films, with another on the way. Shrek, which was originally released in 2001, was a hit among adults and children alike, and invigorated DreamWorks as an animation competitor to Disney. The movie was quickly dubbed one of the most influential animated films of the 21st century. On the other hand, the original Despicable Me movie, which came out in 2010 by Illumination and Universal Studios, which has released 6 movies with a 7th installment in 24, a 6th official installment in the Shrek franchise, a 6th official installment in the Shrek franchise. Shrek 5 was announced back in 2016 and is expected for 23, although the date will likely change as production is currently stalled on the film. Shrek has probably run its course, but when a new movie comes out, when a Shrek 5 does eventually come out, it will definitely pick up steam again because Shrek is a beloved character and all the other characters within it, Fiona, Gingy, Donkey, they all are just loved even today. And I know that there's just so many people out there who never get their fill of the Shrek films, as well as Despicable Me. The Rise of Gru was quite an enjoyable movie, and Universal Studios and Imagine Films are giving Disney a run for their money. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, this year alone, Universal Animation has made somewhere around over $2 billion so far this year, while Disney is struggling to get above $1 billion. Disney is in serious trouble, and Universal Studios is laughing all the way to the bank. With the announcement of the Despicable Me 4 set for the July 2024. I'm having a problem today. It appears that the Minions franchise has no intention of slowing down in its momentum in the way that has lately. The last film, Shrek Forever After, was released back in 2010. There is hope that the new movie would reinvigorate the popular Shrek effect from the early 2000s, but this is yet to be seen. While it has been announced that there is a script, details are scarce on what the movie is about and who will be returning from the, its famous cast. Well, Mike Myers did this show for Netflix. I forgot. I think it's called the Pentaverance. It was a very bad series. I know a lot of people enjoyed it, but for me, it just wasn't that good. But in one of the last episodes of it, there was a scene where Mike Myers interacted with Shrek. So that could be a sign right there that they are definitely in the works for another Shrek film. Many could argue that Minions may not have the shelf life that has led Shrek to Shrek's success. Having been released over 2 decades ago, many of its original young fans are now adults who still find the wider humor geared to targeted the whole family appealing. Even for older audiences, Minions, however, is often considered to be geared specifically for smaller children, which will most likely make one question how successful the franchise will remain long term. In fairness, knowing whether Minions will sustain the cultural effect that Shrek provided in the early aught and beyond cannot be compared for at least another decade. Okay, let's be serious about this one for a second. Yes, Shrek was geared more toward teenagers and adults, and it really did have a lot of sexual innuendos into some of those bits. But Minions is also something, well, yes, it is probably targeted to smaller audiences. A lot of adults like Minions too. I mean, I know of many adults who've gone to Universal Orlando to do the Minions ride, and they've had a great time with it. I, for one, have enjoyed it. It's a good ride. Okay, so what all of you think about this? Has Minions become the new Shrek? Or is Minions targeted so much toward children that it will not have the staying power that Shrek has? I mean, again, they are talking about another Shrek movie, and it is questionable how much longer they can keep the Shrek franchise alive. I mean, there is the talk of rebooting the franchise with a whole new cast, but Eddie Murphy, Mike Myers, it's just a question of it's whether or not the audiences will accept that. They're going to have to eventually because these voice actors will be aged out of the parts eventually. Although Antonio Banderas seems to be doing quite a successful job with Puss in Boots. Well, I'm going to end the video here, and I'd like your thoughts and opinions on this. Please comment below. Tell me what you think about this video. Do you think that Shrek has outlived his usefulness, or has the minions overpowered him, or do you think Shrek still has some life left in him? Give me your thoughts, please. I want to hear from you. I'm W.F.S, your doctor. Until the next time, my friends, God bless.